Good morning, everyone. Chris here, and I am looking at one heck of a mess. Look at this. The table is all trashed with all kinds of stuff, and wait until you see the cockpit. Liam made a horrible, horrible mess that now I'm going to have to clean up. And I just don't know how that's fair. Actually, it's very fair because we needed to run this little guy. This is a CTOC connection. It allows all of our navigation-y stuff, the wind indicator and the chart plotter and all the other stuff to talk to each other. And we're running this from the still very messy cockpit table because everything was taken out of that cabinet. It'll run from that blue port there, the radio, the data hub, and it'll run all the way back to the lazarette. And then I'll run another separate cable, which I have around here somewhere, from the pedestal down into the lazarette. But Liam is smaller than I am by a lot. So he got to empty the cockpit locker and the lazarette and go crawling on his hands and knees through these areas, pulling this wire along with him. And all I have to do is decide what we're keeping and what we're throwing away, and then put all the stuff we're keeping back. And so that's my morning, cleaning up this epic mess. But it's definitely a good time because we were pulling out like empty bottles of emptiness, and I'm like, why do we even have an empty bottle of transmission fluid when we have a whole jug of transmission fluid in the other area? And then random stuff like that. Anyway, it's going to be a big job. Let's wait and see how I do. All right. Oh, the boat is still an absolute disaster, but we made huge progress. The table is mostly clean, and I got all that stuff put away. Although we do have a few funnels on the floor, including the one that I couldn't find the other day. And then up in the cockpit, it's dirty. And we still have junk everywhere. But, we just got waked. And there's gigantic trash bags here because we're throwing a lot of stuff out. And what that means is that our cockpit locker is much less stuffed. And we're going to have a lot easier time getting stuff in and out of here. And I'm really excited about it. So this afternoon, I'm going to, I have to submit final grades for one class, and that means I have to do the rubrics for their final project, which is absolutely phenomenal. They did an amazing job. And then we're going to run a bunch of trash to the dumpster, and I think for running that cable, Liam deserves an ice cream. So what does that cable do? Absolutely nothing, because we have another cable to run from the back of the pedestal here, and it'll run down one of the tubes, and then it'll connect into the hub spot that I put in there. And once we do that, then the AIS will have a better connection to the pedestal, and all of the other control things that we're getting here, like wind and autopilot control and things like that, will suddenly become wireless as well, because it'll run back to the data hub, which I am very, very excited for. And we'll be that much closer to upgrading all of our electronic components to the more modern ones, because we still have ancient ones. But they work, so we're good. I'll get to it eventually. And I think for now, I should probably get dressed, load the dinghy up with garbage, and take Liam to get an ice cream. It is hot. Maybe I'll have one too. And then when we get back, I will finish cleaning, which involves putting things in new places that I've decided I want to move things around. So, we're getting there. This was a big one to get off the list because we had to make that giant mess to do it, and I've been very reluctant to do that. And that leaves us the solar arch to do, and messing with the pedestal. And I think that's it for summer projects that I wanted to do. Yeah, pretty much. mess with the pedestal and do the solar arch. Anyway, I am going to get dressed and head to shore, and I will chat with you later. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. Bye.